Hello, Coconut here. In this video I'll be showing you a method to land on aircraft carriers. But first, let's see what not to do. One of the issues when landing on an aircraft carrier is controlling your speed and your altitude. Come in too fast and you'll miss the cables. With some of the aircrafts, such as the Corsair, the carrier is hidden under the nose of your aircraft. Because of this, it's easy to come in too low or too slow and crash against the edge. Even direction can be a problem. Be a few degrees off in your heading and you'll end up taking a bath. To illustrate the issue of the lack of visibility with some of the aircraft, such as the Corsair, here's a video where I'm showing side by side landing on the ground and landing on a carrier. On the bottom half, notice how the length of the runway means that you can use the end of the runway as a visual aid on your relative position to the runway. Moreover, the presence of objects and buildings on the ground helps you judge how high and how fast you're coming in. Real-life pilots had similar problems during World War II. Initially, the Americans could not use the Corsair on their carriers. It was the British who invented the method that I'm going to present in this video. Its prime idea is to offer a good visibility to the pilot by keeping the carrier to the side of the aircraft. The pilot flies towards the carrier at full speed and does a hard turn when over the carrier to lose the excess speed. The pilot then flies ahead of the moving carrier, waiting and counting for a few seconds before going to the next step. The pilot initiates a 180 turn with a 60-degree roll to the left. This turn helps bring the aircraft down to the speed at which you can take out the landing gear and extend the landing flaps. Keep flying straight until the carrier is 90 degrees to your left. Initiate the second and final 180 degrees turn with a gentle roll to the left. During the last 90 degrees of the turn, always keep an eye on the carrier. Check also that your altitude and speed as you expect them. The final approach is a gentle glide towards the landing deck. Try to keep your aircraft horizontal and control the altitude using the throttle only. When coming out of the final turn, you should be slightly above the stall speed, typically 10 to 20 kilometers above. Once landed, some of the Japanese aircrafts will require you to pull up in order for the tail hook to catch the ropes. Here is a clip of the same approach used with the Corsair instead, which is a bit harder to land in my opinion because of its problem with visibility that I mentioned earlier. Coming to the carrier at full speed, And as we come over it, we do a 90 degrees roll to the left. Then continue for a few seconds ahead of the carrier. This is necessary when the carrier is moving, because if you do the turn immediately, you might end up out of the first 180 degrees turn behind the carrier. So now come the first 180 degrees turn, a steep roll to the left, intended to bring down the aircraft to the speed at which you can take out the landing gear and the landing flaps. Unlike the previous aircraft, which was a lightweight Japanese model, the part where we want to slow down are not done by cutting the gas entirely. We initiate the last 180 degrees turn. Turn a little bit too fast actually, because we already reached a very slow speed, so I have to go straight for a little moment there at the 90 degrees point. I'm keeping the carrier to my left as long as possible so that I can judge my speed, altitude and position respectively relatively to the carrier. And this is the last portion of the landing. I'm actually coming down too fast with the nose pointed down. I still have a hard time letting go of landing blindly for the last section. But it was recoverable and it was easy to stop. Here's another example using a lighter American aircraft, landing on a American carrier, the one which is still in the training scene. Coming over the carrier, do a steep roll to the left. But unlike the previous cases, I don't continue straight ahead, I keep turning and losing speed. I will not turn immediately when I have the carrier to my left, because the carrier is not moving. So to recreate the same condition as if it were moving, I'm continuing for a little while. At this point I'm slow enough to take out the landing gear and the landing flaps. And I'm coming to the last segment here at a very low speed. Actually gaining a bit of speed as I'm going down, but this is not a problem with this aircraft. At the last moment I flare to avoid pointing the nose on the deck, and I stop immediately. It was a bit of a rough landing compared to the first landing with the Japanese aircraft, but the Buffalo, the airplane that I was flying here, can take it. This was the segment that I showed you earlier. I'm showing it again for repetition, with all the steps visible on the screen this time. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed recording it and preparing it. I'll try to put more of these. I'm actually not a very experienced player at all. I have been playing this game for 1 week. I started by playing arcade battles, like most players do, I guess. But I think I'm having way more fun with the simulator setting. I haven't dared go into battle yet. I think I will keep training with different aircrafts and see which one I like the best, and maybe train a bit of combat against the AI. So I would love to hear about your comments if you like this video, if you have or if you have advice on how to improve things. You are welcome to say so. And if you are looking for someone to play with in the simulator battles, I would be glad to hear from you. I would love to play with a wingman. I'm located in Europe, so I usually play during evening time. So this video is about to come to its end. Thank you for watching it, and I hope see you in another video. Bye.